Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, that's me for the second time today. Boop, boop, Debsy. Hey guys, oh, I really don't know what's going on with this hair right here, right there. Okay, we don't have time for this. Listen, I hope everybody is still having a great Sunday. It is currently, I'm filming this at 7:27 p.m. is going to be uploaded. And then I'm off to New Jersey for some Real Housewives drama. Ooh. So I wanted to do a follow-up to the Karen Read trial. I wanted to get it out today because tomorrow we have something going on. We have something going on in the whole Karen Read universe, the whole Canton PD fuckery universe. Okay, so as we all know, it was a hung jury. In case you didn't know, now you know, it was a hung jury. Auntie Bev sent the jury back, not once, not twice, but 3 times a jury. Sent them back 3 times and was like, listen, sent them back the first time and was like, think about this shit. Sent them back a second time. Before she sent them back a second time, she read the Tui Rodriguez instructions. Then they came back and were like, listen, Canones, Auntie Bev to the Alberts, we can't. We tried it, and some of us feel like the state has presented enough evidence for conviction. Others do not think that's the case. So we cannot, and we don't want to abandon these, our morally held opinions and beliefs. So she said, I'm not going to make you do that. It is a mistrial. They then let the jury go. They had discussed, they had said we need to set up a status meeting. They went back and forth. Status meeting on this, whether to move forward, is July 22nd. It will just be Yannetti with Karen Read because Miss Little and Alan Jackson will be back in LA for a previously scheduled hearing, previously scheduled court date. Okay, so then as they're leaving, the O'Keefe family leaves. As they're leaving, Karen Read is in the back, hugging her father, talking to her friends, family, whoever. And everybody was real quick to notice, along with myself, that looks like Paul O'Keefe said something to her. Everybody was saying that he said, I'm not done with you yet. Paul O'Keefe then did an interview. He did 2 interviews, actually. But the interview that I watched, he did with a local news station. And he said that he had said to her that you're not done yet. The reason why he said that was because she, throughout the trial, would look over him and smirk. And then after the mistrial was announced, I guess, she said he looked at his wife, Erin, and smirked. And that's when he said that. DA Michael Morrissey wasted absolutely no time and immediately put it out there that they will retry the case. I do not remember exactly how he said it, but they are going to be attempting to move forward. We will see exactly how they do that, given all of the information that the FBI and the Department of Justice has in this case. From what I understand, there's really not much else that the state will be able to put out there. On the other side of the coin, for the defense, they have from what I understand, they have a lot that they can put out there, because there is quite a bit of evidence that the judge, Auntie Bev, didn't let in. So they have plenty of information to put in. And listen, talking about Paul O'Keefe, he did the interview. He had said that they were where him and his family they're fully convinced that she did it. And the reason why they're convinced that she did it was because of how she acted afterwards. He said that he was going to tell the nephew, and she said she wanted to be there. He said that she was there. She really didn't talk to him. They told him about this. They told him what happened to his uncle. Karen went upstairs with her father to pick up some things that were there. They were there, I think he said like 30 minutes, and she was upstairs for 15 minutes. She left. And also I guess she talked to his wife, and she said something like, well, I don't think I'm ever going to talk. I don't think I'll ever be talking to you again, or something like that. And that is what sealed his like their decision that she did this. I know somebody in one of the comments that I had read somewhere on one of these TikToks about it, someone had said that that's something considered cognitive dissonance, I guess. So that could be a reason as to why he's maybe believing this. I just don't. I just don't understand how you don't pay attention to the experts that are for real experts. I mean, not Trooper Paul, but like Crash Daddy and Dr. Rentschler and those two. Like those two. The defense put up six witnesses, all of which were highly qualified. The state put up 68, and they spent most of the time talking about what happened at the waterfall and at C.F. McCartney's, mostly at the waterfall. Like, where did you sit? Did you sit on a high top? You know, what were you drinking? What were they drinking? What was this person drinking? Where did you sit next to so-and-so at the basketball game? They didn't spend a whole lot of time on, you know, the actual what happened. So, I don't know. I don't understand how you can't. But hey, he also said that he knew that the family knows more about that whole dynamic than the public did. That's absolutely true. I'm not going to say anything about that. That's absolutely true. Now listen, I was so excited when I heard that this had happened. I was checking the time. I'm like, I gotta get ready for bed, and then I gotta get my snack, which is gonna be pickled popcorn flavored pickle flavoring. I'm looking to see what time it is, because then I have to get my snack. I have to get changed for bed. I have to get all ready for Bravo. Okay. So also the thing that everybody was like, oh my God, thank you, baby Jesus. When I had heard it, I was like, oh, thank you. They came to their senses and they fired that mofo. They didn't. Trooper Michael Proctor, he was reassigned. He wasn't fired. He was reassigned because I guess, you know, the troopers, the state police, they have a union. You can't just like with anybody else, you can't just fire them. Like, so they have to have a hearing. The hearing, I believe, is tomorrow. So it's either that he is completely fired, gone, you're done and out of here, shit canned. Number two, I guess it would be like you would be demoted. You would be like, you would still have your job, but you would just be like demoted, I guess. And number three, you just get a very light slap on the wrist, but you're like, whatever, like you're suspended with pay or something like that. So listen, what do I think is going to happen? I don't think he's going to be fired. I think he is going to be, I think it's going to be number two. I think he's going to be moved somewhere else. He's going to be rehomed, like the dog and the basement floor and the basement floor at the Alberts before they sold it, and the phones. They're going to be rehomed. He's going to be rehomed somewhere else. And then hopefully he's thinking, I'll just slip away. People will forget about me until it's retirement age, and then I can retire with a pension. That's what I think is going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because whether you like her or not, the things that he said about Karen Reed were despicable. Listen, you don't ever use the "see you next Tuesday" ever. I never use that. You reserve that for a very, very special woman. I think I might have said that word once, maybe. It's just, you do not use that. And then the R word. No, you don't use that word ever. And then he goes and he spouts all of this information about her medical condition, which, where did he get that information from? Like, you know who he got that, where he got that information from? It had to have come from somebody who knew her medical condition, who she had confided this to, maybe someone who maybe, suffered from the same ailment. Because remember, she has, I believe they said she does have Crohn's disease. However, she also has, what is it? Everybody is screaming and everybody, MS. She also has MS. Well, if we remember from the testimony, who else has MS that she felt could be a support system for her? Was that Jennifer McCabe? It was Jennifer McCabe. So yeah, that's who he got it from. Will he? I doubt that he is going to be fired. I doubt that. If he is, great. So it's tomorrow. It's probably not going to be televised. I wouldn't think that it would be. So we'll see on that. Also, there was something came out today that I saw on YouTube. And gosh, I wish that I could remember the name of it. It's called Fatal Error. And it's about Jen McCabe. And listen, so when Jennifer McCabe, Carrie Roberts, and Karen Reed were on their way out to find John O'Keefe, Jennifer McCabe was in the passenger side. Carrie Roberts was driving. Karen Reed was in the back. Karen Reed was trying to call John. And they pulled up to 34 Fairview. They saw him. Carrie jumps out of the car. Karen Reed jumps out of the car and runs towards him. And Jennifer McCabe stays in the car. Because because as she said, that's her best friend. So when you see your best friend laying unresponsive in the cold, that's what you're going to do. You're just going to stay there. So, Karen Reed was trying to call John O'Keefe. She immediately, when she saw him, she threw her phone down on the seat. It was still recording. So Jennifer McCabe says, I'm going to stay back. I'm going to call 911. She calls 911, but then afterwards, at like 6:07, I think, and it's 6:08, she also calls her sister, Nicole Albert. They cleaned up the video, and you can hear her say, now this was picked up from Karen Reed's phone. You hear her say to her sister something like, somebody's coming out to help. Why do you need to call your sister? I mean, somebody's coming over to help. If you didn't know, if they didn't know anything about this, wouldn't you give a little more context? Wouldn't you give a little more than just someone's coming over to help? Someone's coming out to help? Help what? Like, if you don't know what's going on, and if that was me and I answered the phone and I heard somebody say somebody's coming over to help, I would be like, what are you talking about? Help with what? What are you talking about? But she didn't say that. Just saying. You cannot listen. I don't care. No. The only thing that should come out of this is that everybody in that town that was drinking and driving, something should happen to them, because that's terrible. Everybody was drinking and driving. The other thing that should come out of this is there should be a cleaning house of these police. Let's get some uncrooked cops that aren't tied to the McAlberts. That's what needs to happen. And also get these people out of here that put together this almost non-existent investigation, because people were like, we want justice for John O'Keefe. That's what I would want too. I would want justice for John O'Keefe, but I don't know that is ever going to happen, because they fucked up that crime. The crime scene, they didn't even treat that like it's a crime scene. They screwed up the investigation. To me, they knew going in just who they were going to pin it on. At the beginning of this whole trial, I was like, I don't know, this might be difficult to show that like everybody was in on it. But the more you hear about this town and how corrupt it is, and how it seems like everybody is running scared of the McAlberts, especially the Alberts. Like, it's not that hard to believe. I mean, it's not that much of a stretch. So that's what's going on. I just wanted to go in, get those updates in there. I'm going to be making a video a little bit later on in the week about Sandra Birchmore. And that is another case. That is because people that are in the Free Karen Reed movement, a lot of people have been putting it out there and banging the drum for Sandra Birchmore, which, when you look at it, it is sad beyond belief. It is heartbreaking for what her and her family have to go through, and it pisses you off because it looks like, I mean, when you look at this Karen, when you look at all of the evidence that was held back, and when you see how this whole thing was treated, how this whole investigation was treated, I mean, I don't know if I was a woman, I don't know if I would feel safe living up there. I just don't, because we'll get into Sandra Birch more. I got snacks to make. It's 7:47. So I got to fly on out of here. I got to get my snacks. I got to get changed. I got to get ready. So listen, I would love to talk more. Put it in the comments what you think. If nobody told you yet today, I already did. But if you didn't see that other one, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. Please take care of one another. Please be aware of your surroundings. Right finger. Please be aware of your surroundings. Number 2, please stay safe. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, guys.